All right, so the the original plan for this video was basically I was going to give like a really thorough rundown of this this new ARK DLC that just came out, Aquatica. And I told myself, I sat down and I told myself that I was going to give it a night. I was going to give it like 6 hours of playtime just to really see what it's like. And I played it for maybe an hour or two. And I feel like I can really just sum my thoughts up on this. I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm just going to, let me position this better so that's, there we go, holding up a lot better. I wrote down a little Google Doc right here that I'm reading of things that I liked about this DLC and things that, things that I don't like. All right, so I guess I'll just get started with the things that I do like. And that is I actually think this is probably the best part about this DLC. The weapon and armor skins. They reskinned a lot of things like the pickaxes, the swords, the armors, and me personally, I think they're pretty badass. I think that they're really cool. Especially the riot skin, the Lassen Breacher armor. That armor, I'm going to throw up an image on screen. That armor is so good. Oh my gosh, it is so cool looking. It is awesome. All right, that is it's such a cool skin. Like, they should just have that in the base game. Like, just have that be a skin in the base game, because it is awesome. It is so cool. Easily the best part about this DLC, hands down, just straight away. Another thing positive, I guess I'll say about this DLC is that there are some areas of the map that actually look pretty nice. Is some of the underwater areas with the crystals and the vines and everything, they do actually look kind of good. They're very pretty. It gives me like kind of aberration-y vibes with the crystals and kind of the cavey nature of it. And I think that there are some areas that just really do look nice. At least when you're underwater. I'll get to, everything else later regarding the graphics. And the third thing that I actually really did like is the new taming mechanic that is in this, which I was not expecting. Of course, there's a lot of new creatures, and there's a taming mechanic called hide and seek, which I was wondering, what is this? So I went up to a creature and it said play hide and seek, and I was like, okay. So I pressed E, and then it said that the creature was counting. So I was like, oh, do I go and hide? So I went and I hid behind a tree, and then the creature started seeking me, and then it found me, and when it found me, it opened its mouth, and I fed it. I think like raw fish meat, of course, this is Aquatica, and I was taming it that way. So it's basically like, and you don't even really need to hide. You just kind of have to walk away and let it find you, and then when it comes up to you, you just gotta feed it and you tame it. I think that's kind of cool. I mean, it could be better. I do like the fact that this isn't just something that's like, just another map. Like, they're trying to make this as unique as possible. Which is definitely cool. It could have been executed, I think, a little bit better, because you don't even need to hide at all. Like, walk away, like, maybe 50 feet, and it'll just run up to you when you feed it. Like, it's still definitely interesting. I would say it's interesting, and I would say that I do like that. About it. There are a couple of other things that are just kind of cool, like some of the underwater weapons that are a little goofy, but like I'm a sucker for like goofy stuff. Like, this is ARK, okay? Like, this is not a realistic game. This is a game where you're putting saddles on T-Rexes and you're flying on pterodactyls, you're doing barrel rolls, there's dragons, there's wyverns, there's freaking tech monster. Like, an underwater assault rifle, is not something I'm gonna be like, this sucks so bad. I told myself I'm gonna go into this as objective as I can. I'm not gonna let anything else get in the way of this. I'm not gonna let that AI trailer, I'm not gonna let Snail Games and their bullcrap get in the way of this. I'm purely judging this based on how good it is alone. If I didn't know anything else, I just liked ARK, and I saw this expansion, and I was like, I wonder if this is good. Like, just based on that, would I think it's good? And that's where I'm going to get into the bad things, because those 3 things, really like 3 or 4 things, those are the only things that I really liked about this DLC. The rest, it's not very great. And I'll just get started with the first thing, the optimization. It's bad. It is bad. People were saying it was bad. Like, I don't have the best PC in the world, but I've got one that's good enough to run ARK. Like, my graphics card is a 6650 XT, right? Graphics card, well good enough to run ARK, okay? This map was still, at most, getting like 45, 50 frames per second. At lowest, it was going like 25. It was so inconsistent. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is bad, man. Like, I was surprised by how not good the optimization was. It was like legitimately, I was like, what is it? Like, and that's kind of going into my next point, right? Is just the graphics. At least on land, and the lighting is so weird. It looks overly bright for whatever reason. And I know, like, this is just probably something people are gonna say, oh, like, you know, that's why they switched over to ASA, you know, that's why we play that now, and we're replacing ARK Survival Evolved. That's not even the thing, though, because I was like, to kind of refresh my memory and everything, and kind of detox, I guess, I loaded into Fjordor, and I was surprised at how well Fjordor holds up. Like, Fjordor is beautiful. Like, it's a good-looking map, and it is well optimized. I'm getting 60, 70 frames per second on Fjordor consistently. And, like, there's, of course, it's ARK. It's gonna have, like, little dips every once in a while, because, you know, that's just ARK. But, like, comparing Fjordor to this is like comparing a chocolate cake to like an expired canned sausage. Like, it is, like, graphics and lighting wise, I don't know why it's so screwed up on Aquatica, but everything looks so flat and weird. Like, underwater, it's not that much of a problem, but above ground, it looks so odd. It looks so weird. It looks so bright and weird. I don't know what, like, the problem is. Another thing is that when you do go underwater, you're gonna notice a couple things. So, first of all, your swimming speed is, like, juiced. Like, you swim really, really quick in this. And like, I actually think that that's a good thing, because, of course, having a map that is mostly water, if you had default swim speed, that would suck AIDS. That would be so bad. So that is very nice. There are certain areas underwater, kind of like in Subnautica, where you can, like, find little air bubbles, and it lets you breathe, which is nice. You know, this is, like, the one and only time it's actually worth upgrading your oxygen. And you can get this, you can get this, like, skin for your boots, that basically, it basically deletes swimming and lets you just walk on the ocean floor, which is kind of nice. But the physics are weird, though. The physics is kind of like in Genesis Part 1 when you're in space. That's kind of what the physics are like. Very floaty. You don't take any fall damage. It's just kind of weird, but it works. For the most part, it does work. But when you are underwater, another thing you'll notice is that the fog is gone. Normally, when you'd go underwater in ARK, there's this, like, blue fog that basically drenches everything, unless you're, like, wearing a mask, in which case that is extended. But normally when you go underwater, there's this blue, like, fog that, like, you can't see. You can't see anything past, like, 15, 20 feet. It's pretty bad. For this, they just thought, I guess, that the best thing to do would just be to get rid of the fog. Part of me sees where they were coming from. Because, like, this being an underwater DLC, which, by the way, for it being an underwater DLC, there is actually a surprising amount of land. Like, you can build an on-land base and everything, but that's obviously not what it's made for. So you go underwater and there's, like, no fog, so you can see, like, across the entire ocean. So, like, the scuba mask is pretty much useless. And instead of the fog, they render things far away really blurry, like, and it just looks goofy. It looks weird. I don't exactly know how to describe it. It just looks weird. Like, you have to experience it for yourself, really. It just looks odd. Like, when you look at something that isn't really even that far away and it's like so blurry. Like, only things that are really close to you. Like, I'm going to throw up screenshots and you'll see what I'm talking about. But it looks weird. It just looks odd. And I just think that, I don't know. I think they should have just stuck with the fog. I think that, like, the fog could have still worked if you just extended the distance. Like, the fog could have still been fine. I don't know why you decided to blur things at far away ranges. Like, I really don't know what they were thinking with that. It's just like another one of those things that I just kind of find, about this, this DLC. And, another thing, probably the most important thing, all of the mods are broken. Like, you can't really play with mods with this DLC. Like, every single mod is broken. Even the ones, like, you wouldn't expect, like the things like the upgrade bench that just lets you upgrade things, like, to higher qualities. That one's broken too. It crashes your game completely. Like, you can't play with any mods. And they said they were working on it, and they said they were trying to fix it. I don't know when that's gonna be. But another good thing they've done, and I'm very glad they did this, they are letting you roll back the update so that you can play with mods normally again, which is very nice. That's like a really good thing they did. But yeah, you can't play with mods. All your mods are basically broken, like stacking mods, like extra storage mods. Every mod is broken. Like, it's like, these are things that you're supposed to iron out before you release your product. And I don't know why they didn't do it. Well, I know why they didn't do it, because they were lazy. All of that is bundled into this thing that I think is like, let me just check the price just to make sure that, like, I'm not hallucinating. Yeah, here we go. So I guess you call it MSRP, right? Is $15. It's on sale right now. 40% off. That's what I got it for. I got it for $9. $15. That's the price of Ark Survival Evolved right now. Really? Really? Like, that is the most insulting part. Because, honestly, if this DLC was free, even if it was like only $5, I wouldn't really care that much, because it's like, if it's free, then you're not really losing anything. And if it's $5, you're like, well, it's $5, whatever, you know, I can play this for 30 minutes, and then if it's not something, and if I really want to get my $5 back, I can just refund it, right? $15 is insulting. What the hell were they thinking making this $15? For real? And, like, there's just, what is this depth bundle? ARK Aquatica expansion map? What is this? Oh, it contains both. So you can buy both. You can buy the base game for $15 and the DLC for $15 too. And right now the reviews are just overwhelmingly negative. Like, I want to see the ratio of positive reviews. It's like 13% of the reviews are positive. That's bad. Out of 1,230 reviews, dude. Like, that's really bad. Oh my gosh. Just, and like, thinking about this, and this is in the story arcs section too. Why Why on earth is this considered an official thing? Why is this not in like the other maps with things like the center and Fjordor? I mean, really, even those don't deserve. Like, this thing deserves its own category. Like, just put it in its own category that is just Aquatica. Like, just do that. So I'm going to consider it a custom arc because I don't consider this part of the main story thing or whatever. Seeing how this, like, stacks up, I guess I'll give my opinions on the rest of the maps. Like, pretty much everything. Like, I consider the island, like, the baseline for basically every map. So, like, the center, I would say, is on par with the island. It has cooler set pieces or whatever. It's like a little bit better in my opinion. Ragnarok is better than the island, I would say. Has a lot. Valguero, I think that's how you say it. It's actually, in my opinion, kind of a sleeper choice. I really like Valguero actually. Crystal Isles, never really got into it. Lost Island, I think is really great, and Fjordor is probably my favorite out of the bunch. So seeing how this stacks up, I mean, it's the worst map in the game right now. It's right now, it really is just the worst map. Aside from like a couple of things that I really like, the rest of it's just garbage. Like, the rest of it's bad. Like, I can play on Fjordor for hours and never get bored of that map. Or any other map, really, like Valguero and Ragnarok and Lost Island, even Crystal Isles. Like, I can play on those maps for hours and never get bored. Aquatica, though, I was yawning like 30 minutes in. And the worst part is that this has potential. It has potential to get better. And I'm holding out hope that it will. I'm holding out hope that the optimization's gonna get better. And I'm holding out hope that everything on it improves. That everything bad on it improves. Right now, though, and like there's so many like cool, unique things with it too. Like, I know a lot of stuff is like just from like that other game that Studio Wildcard made. I think it's called like Atlas or something. I don't really mind that a whole too much. And there's some areas that are just kind of like stolen from Extinction. Like, there's literally like the entire like plaza area is quite literally just an area from Extinction. And if you've played this map, you know which area I'm talking about. I don't know. It feels very uncanny, you know? Like, I don't really know. It's like if Uncanny Valley was an ARK map, Aquatica would be that. I'm still holding out hope. I'm an optimist, you know? I want to see this be better. And I'm hoping that it's going to be better. I just don't know right now. There's like a lot of cool things with this too. Like, there's like a giant lobster boss and everything, which is like cool and everything, but it's like, it's still just like a small thing. Like, comparing it to everything else, I mean, I give it like a 2 out of 10, maybe a 3. Like, there's only very small things about it that I like. If something like Fjordor for me is like an 8.5 out of 10, this is easily like a 2. Like, it's bad. I can't really see myself playing on it for any extended period of time, seeing as that the optimization is just really, really bad and the graphics are weird. It just needs a lot of work, and maybe I'll review it when there's been some work on it again, but it's just like a disappointed shrug. Like, they dropped this and they were just like, you know, like and really that's like my mentality too. It's like, it's just the fact that it costs money is just what makes it really insulting, honestly. It just feels, and like, I'm not one of those people that was going into it expecting it to be bad. I was holding out hope. Like, I wasn't one of those people that like was letting things like the AI trailer, you know, affect it or anything, or like making fun of it or everything. Because there are people who worked on this. That's the worst part. There are people who worked on this who were genuinely passionate about it and who genuinely want this to be good. But it's not right now. And that's the problem. Really, I don't think I have anything else to say. So I think I'm going to title this like, is ARK Aquatica worth the money? Is it worth the money? Hell no. It's not worth $15. It's not worth $9. It's not even worth $5 unless you just want to play it. Unless you want to. Like, only do it if you want to. Don't feel obligated to get it or anything. Man, it's just sad. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't know what my next video is going to be, but peace out.